So it's late winter and we've got some harvesting to do. So today we're going to be doing is another round of bananas is ready. We also got our oranges to go and harvest. Plus we've got some lettuce to start thinning out. And I'll give you an update on our vegetable garden that we started, in early mid-January. And you can see how it's grown along in the last 4 weeks. Okay, so let's get going. We've got a lot of work to do. So you can see our vegetable garden beds. They are looking so good, so good. And you can also see some of our wildflowers too. So let's go take a look at what's growing on there. Did I just say what's going on? That's Lily Pete's first. And then we'll go check out the vegetable garden behind me. Okay, so let's look at our first bed, the onion bed. And you know how before I was saying like we probably had about 95% of them take off, which I was super happy with? Well, even the ones that we thought like, no way, they're totally dead, have finally, it warmed up a little bit and there they are. Which is why I have learned over the years that I just kind of leave things because sometimes just it needs that little something and then it takes off. And I mean, we've got a lot of onion greens going here. I'm gonna let them bulb up more before I actually like do anything about this because I'm probably gonna steal some of this for some green onion soup, which I love doing. And I'm actually gonna try to can it when I get some time to do that. And then okay, it's official. I'm gonna call these cabbages. I do not think these are cauliflower, but they look gorgeous. Almost every single one of them has done a beautiful job of growing. I mean, look at that. Is that not, that's just, I mean, that's looking good right there. Just thumbs up all the way. This bed, most of the cabbage looks great. This one, I don't know what is happening, but let's focus on the positive first. Most of them are just fabulous. They're starting to close up to get ready to make a little cabbage head. Wow. I'm gonna have to learn how to make coleslaw because this is beautiful. Ugh, I've never really grown, did I grow cabbage before? I did once and it gave us a little something. I think it was a red cabbage grown from scraps. But this is why I love doing starts because if you're not used to a plant or I'm not used to a plant, this gives me just like kind of a quick way to learn about a pretty healthy plant without dealing with the seeds and you know, just shortens your learning curve. This one, I don't know. It's just sad. You may think, oh, the cabbage worm. It's got some aphid action happening. I just think it's still alive. We'll leave it for now. It's not hurting anybody there other than aphids on it, but that's really just driven by the fact that it's sick. Something's just not happy. But you never know. Might turn itself around. And in front, look at our little onions. So we can, at the very least, we can get some onion greens with these. So I have them on the back side here, or the front side here. And then we have another little set of tiny ones right here. I still have a gap. I don't know. We'll see if I even do anything because this is looking like it's gonna end up getting crowded in the long run. But I do wanna block out the weeds. I have been picking at little weeds that were brought in with the soil. You can see right here, but nothing bad. Everything's been doing pretty good. So, but you can see like how this one, once it got nice and big and healthy, it started to fill in this space. So I don't know what I'm gonna do here because I think once this one starts to really fill in, most of this space is gonna be gone and I don't want them overcrowded. So I'm just gonna let them do their thing. Okay, the lettuce bed. We are so gonna be thinning this out today. There are hundreds and hundreds of lettuce heads. They are way too crowded, but you can see they're doing actually fine. This is, I think romaine has a little bit, if you can see the serrated leaves here, and then if they've got really nice smooth leaves like this one, maybe that's not one. Some of them are butter crunch, some of them, I think, yeah, some are butter crunch and some are romaine lettuce. They're looking gorgeous. The things sticking out are garlic, which are also doing good. And then if you see a little bit of red veining, those are beets. So what I will do today is I'm gonna come through and I am going to prune this back a lot. And then we'll have some really nice, very tender salads with this. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the main vegetable garden, and I feel like it's just not looking its best self. It's looking happy, it's okay, it's not great, but there's some really good things going on. When we got the cold weather, a lot of the beans died back, but we can also be very happy about some of the beans because there is a lot of bean action going on up here. And these are all those Cherokee black beans that are happening right here. And then, but I did already plant some extra beans, you know, now that it's warming back up. Over here, I have a cucumber plant. I didn't know what this was. I forgot that I planted cucumbers. I don't even know when. And let me see, where do we go? Where do we go? Can you see this? Look at this. We got more down here. I have no idea what variety this is, but they look great. Okay, so we've got a lot of good things going on along our arch here. The first off is we've got tomatoes, yay! And our first tomatoes here are actually Everglades tomatoes. These are the ones that Bob gave me last year. He sent me some seeds, which I really, really appreciate. And then next to it, we've got another cucumber plant. So we've already got a lot of little cucumbers just kind of hanging out in here, which is really exciting. I'm pretty sure that this right here is a Seminole pumpkin, and I'm really looking forward to actually getting Seminole pumpkins for the first time. And one of the things I noticed that's different is it's almost got this like variegated coloring that's going on, which is really, really pretty. And I'm growing along the pine branch here in the front. So I feel like the center bed was looking really cute, and then it just started looking not cute, and that's okay. We're gonna reset this as we head into the warmer season. We've got a little bit of these like clover-like plants, sunshine mimosa. We also, hi spider, I don't know if you can see there's a spider web right there. Our bean plants, after the cold hit, they've died back. I've got to go and collect these. Plus we've got onions that actually did start in here. And then we've got our pumpkin plants that are growing right along here and along here. And then I've got basil, and then cilantro back there, and then a head of romaine, and then I think there's a head of butter crunch over there. I don't know if you can tell, but I legitimately barely scratched the surface on thinning this out. And I already have a full bin of lettuce, so I think what I'm gonna end up doing in the next couple weeks, I'm just gonna come through here and we're just gonna have a ton of salads, because what are we gonna do with this? There's just so much. So when it comes to oranges, having a lot of oranges all at once can be kind of like, overwhelming. And I think one of the things that a lot of people get confused about is Florida oranges and California oranges usually are grown for different reasons. California oranges, those are your eating oranges. Florida oranges are your juicing oranges. And yes, both can grow in either place, but that's kind of the big difference. So a lot of Floridians can actually end up with juicing oranges in their garden and not realize it. One of the big ways you'll be able to tell the difference is if you go to eat it and it makes a squirting mess everywhere, you have a juicing orange. So you make orange juice. Now, one of the things I'm going to be watching out for as I go and do this is the fact that we do have citrus greening, and that does make some of the fruit taste really, really bitter. And while in a couple of years ago, I knew we had citrus greening, I didn't really think about it really hard. And then I went and juiced a bunch of the oranges using like a Breville juicer, and it just ruined it all. It ruined all of it. It was such a waste of orange juice. So I just wanted to show you guys this because we've got kind of a myriad of things going on here. We didn't pick all the oranges because not all of the oranges wanted to release from the tree, so they're gonna stay up there. But of the ones we did collect, you're gonna notice some of these don't look so cute, and they don't look like the ones that are in the store. And as someone who's worked in the orange juice industry for over a decade, I will tell you, the outer look of these oranges is not necessarily a good tell of whether they're gonna be good or bad. So what we're gonna end up doing is cutting and tasting every them, even if we're gonna juice them, or we're gonna go and just eat them fresh, or whatever we're gonna do, and that will give us the best indication of do they taste good or not. A couple of these are probably bad, but a bunch of them are probably good. That's the fun of citrus greening. Because you get one bitter orange in there and everything's a mess. So we'll use some of it for making orange juice. We might make some marmalade. I don't know what else. We'll just probably eat some of them because I'm not going to get a huge amount this year. Again, I think my tree's probably going to maybe put out 10, 20 pounds, which isn't too bad, but you may be different and have like a lot of oranges all at once. So look up lots of fun things to do like marmalades. I really have enjoyed putting marmalade in jelly cakes and chocolate cakes. It's a really nice like contrast that I really have never tasted before. I feel like it's a thing British people do a lot, or at least I feel that way because I watched Great British Baking Show and they seem to do that a lot. So something to consider. Chocolate cakes, chocolate frosting, and then put some orange marmalade. Really good. So we had a really big harvest today, 21 pounds, 22 pounds, 22 pounds of oranges, 30 pounds of bananas. So basically got 50 something pounds of food today, which is amazing because we're in February. This is why it's awesome to grow food in Florida. But we really need to start talking about what are we growing in our spring vegetable garden, because like that's right around the corner. So that's what we're going to be talking about next week. So to make sure you don't miss it, go ahead and like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications, new videos each week. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.